Okay, so Wuthering Waves recently has been doing very good in terms of advertising and advertising for version 2.0. If you haven't seen, they've actually got a ton of advertising out at the moment for Rinascita. I covered this all in a video, or even 2 videos actually, of all the drip marketing that they actually released for all the characters, kind of trailers and stuff like that, which all look amazing. Again, all of these characters are really great. I went into, you know, how powerful they could be and stuff like that. So again, I definitely recommend checking out that video, but I wanted to talk about Wuthering Waves' advertising overall, and whether, you know, it could be improved, and what they're actually doing right and what they're doing wrong. Because one of the most crucial things in Rinascita and in 2.0 and beyond is going to be how they advertise their game, because it's all good having a good update and stuff like that, and having good stuff going on, but if you don't advertise your game effectively and well, then, well, no one's going to see it. And, you know, Kuro Games do have a lot of experience with this with their game Punishing Grey Raven. Punishing Grey Raven, in my opinion, is a really good game, but where they lacked in was the advertising department, which obviously a lot of people were very worried for them because, you know, it's made by the same developers. They could make the same mistake twice. Now, Wuthering Waves does seem to be on the kind of forefront of, you know, actually being good at advertising compared to their game, you know, Punishing Grey Raven. So it is looking better, but it could be improved just a little bit. So we're going to be going through all of that in this video, and if you do enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to GamerSubs, use my code Kazo, and you yourself 10% off a ton of caps and tubs. That'll be down in the link in the description below, and let's just get straight into this video. So a lot of the advertising you might see from Wuthering Waves at the moment is a lot of collaboration advertising, which I think is actually very smart from Wuthering Waves. Now this is the most recent one, which is Wuthering Waves and Westlake. I'm not really sure what Westlake are. I think they're some kind of Chinese or Japanese kind of company or something like that, it seems like. And what they usually do is they get a lot of these characters and they dress them up in outfits and they just kind of put them on a kind of board, and then they have them do like a little bit of a collaboration, which honestly I do think actually helps with Wuthering Waves. Now obviously a lot of people have been begging for all of these to be skins, and I do really wish, especially these skins in particular that look absolutely amazing for Shorekeeper and Camellya, I wish they were skins. But obviously this draws a lot of attention because, again, it's a character looking slightly different in official art, which I think is a very effective way of advertising, and collaborations usually cost very little money because usually it's the other company that's fronting it, and you know that Kuro Games just has to provide the artwork and provide some extra stuff if they want to, which honestly I think is very effective, and I think they should do more of that. I think that is one of the things that a lot of games do well, and Wuthering Waves have been doing very well at. But you may have also seen recently as well, they've had another collaboration event with Raku Spa. Raku Spa is a pretty big spa chain, I'm pretty sure, in Japan, and yeah, they pretty much do a ton of spa, like ryokan kind of stuff. Again, it's really cool, and again, they've done the same with these characters. They've dressed them up in some really nice kind of like loungewear kind of stuff, which again got people talking about the game, got people talking about skins, and I think this is really good. Now obviously a lot of this advertising is very niche and it doesn't work like all around, and I'm going to go into, you know, some better kind of advertising methods they could go into, but it is pretty decent for people visiting Raku Spa and people seeing a lot of these collaboration things on social media as well to kind of get the attention of other people because they're working with these notable brands, which kind of brings up the whole report of Wuthering Waves, which I think is something that they do desperately need to do, especially whenever we're in the version 1.x kind of, you know, patch at the moment. The more that they work with these big companies, then the more kind of rapport they're going to build up in the gacha game community, which is going to, you know, solidify their place in terms of, you know, every gacha game in the kind of gacha space. Now, obviously, this event actually went really well. They had a ton of cosplayers and stuff like that. Obviously, you can see here, there's a Camellya cosplayer and someone, you know, visiting her, I'm guessing. And yeah, they had a ton of like really cool like merch and stuff that you could get, which I think is really great. And it's something that, you know, Wuthering Waves do need to do more of, is merch. I think, you know, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail do that very well, in the sense that they have tons of merch literally everywhere. If you're looking for gacha game merch, say in Japan or places like that, I'm pretty sure the main game that you're going to find is stuff like Genshin, but also some of the more niche ones that you get in Japan as well, maybe like Fate Go, stuff like that. So again, it'd be really nice if Wuthering Waves could step up their game with that, because I think, you know, people would be interested if they visit those stores and be like, oh wait, what game is this? Okay, pick this up, because again, they do know how to make quality products, as we can see here. I think these are like coasters, and then yeah, they got like a little mat thing there. So again, it's really cool that people can actually go and like do this IRL. Now, obviously, I don't live over in Japan, so I can't actually go and try this. But if I did live over there, then I definitely probably would have went over and given this a go. Because as you can see, everything is kind of like themed. Now, obviously, they could have done something a little bit better with the food and drink there and kind of made it a little bit better. But again, it's not the end of the world. I think that, you know, it is still a pretty good Wuthering Waves themed event, and I think they do need to do more of that. But let's just move on to some of the more bizarre advertising that I've seen recently. Now, this is a video put out by Kuro Games, which pretty much show off a whole Wuthering Waves tram. Now, I definitely think this is a very good way of advertising. I don't know exactly how this tram works. I don't know if it's like a proper public one, or if it's just kind of in the local area or something like that. But it is really cool to see that they are doing some more bizarre advertising like this, which could actually get their name out there a little bit more. Because imagine, you're just like sat on the tram, you're just trying to get home from work or something like that, and then all of a sudden you just see a big camellya face. Well, you're obviously going to search up what that's about, and also it gets the attention of a lot of people on social media as well, because, yeah, you know, it's very bizarre. You don't really see a massive camellya tram every single day, do you? So, again, it is really cool that they are doing stuff like that, and I think, you know, even more kind of stunts and things like that in public is a very good thing for the brand. As you can see here, there's some more pictures. They had that, and they also had advertising boards for some of the other characters and things like that. So it is really good that they're doing stuff like that. And finally, one of the last events that they're doing is AGF 2024, which they are the main sponsors of. This is the Anime Gaming Festival 2024. And you can see here, they've actually hired a bunch of, if it actually loads, they've actually hired a bunch of cosplayers and creators and people like that who are interested in Wuthering Waves, I'm guessing, to actually go along to this event, which I think is absolutely amazing. I think that, you know, hiring a lot of like creators and people to do this is a very, very good move from Wuthering Waves, because again, creators is what brings a massive audience. That's how games get popular. That's how Wuthering Waves pretty much got popular like right now. That's why, you know, obviously, you know, there's tons of creators just like me who make, you know, different kind of content on this game, not just news content, other content, including guides, you know, react videos, whatever. They make so much content on this to get people talking about it, which is the main reason why Wuthering Waves is in this place in the first place, is down to the creators. And hiring more of these creators and bigger creators is obviously going to help them out a ton, which I think is something that they definitely do need to invest in more. I've talked in previous videos about that they've got creator programs and stuff, especially for people that do videos and shorts and stuff like that, which again, I think is absolutely amazing. They're tapping into that kind of thing. I think that's what Wuthering Waves need to do a little bit more. Now, obviously, I've gone through all the like recent kind of Wuthering Waves advertising, which I just wanted to show you because, again, you don't really see this often, especially if you don't live in like Korea or China or Japan, wherever each of these events are taking place, you know. But it is very interesting to see how Wuthering Waves are doing at the moment, and I think the only place where they can really improve on here is just trailers and bringing stuff out digitally. I think they're doing really good in the space of IRL, apart from the merch thing that I talked about, but I do think they do need to bring out more digitally, because obviously people were very worried at the start of 1.4 that maybe there wasn't enough advertisement for 2.0, or, well, at the time they thought 1.5, but obviously we know that's not true. And pretty much people were being like, well, where's our drip marketing? Now, obviously it's okay now, because we've got a ton of drip marketing, and I don't even know if you can call this drip marketing with the absolute waterfall of, you know, different characters that we've gotten. But at the same time, I think a lot of people were wanting that little bit of content in that kind of dry patch, which would make the game feel a ton better, because obviously it's great having these big waterfalls of characters and things like that, where you can be like, whoa, you know, they've got all this stuff, devs listen kind of thing. I think, as said in the past as well, with like a whole anime kind of stuff, I think that's where like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zealous Zone Zero, some of these other games, I think Azure Lane, Nikkei did one recently, literally yesterday Nikkei did one, pretty much releasing like little animated trailers, which I think would be really, really good to kind of get people immersed in the Wuthering Waves lore and just get people immersed in the game overall. It's going to be really good advertising for them, but they just haven't done it yet. So I think that's one thing they could improve on, is just release more content. And one of the main things I want to see is animated trailers, because obviously, you know, animated trailers, they're good. You know, who doesn't love an animated trailer? And also it can help them provide a little bit more context to the story, which a lot of people are missing, because I know that a lot of people, their gripes with the Wuthering Waves story is that they don't know enough about some of the other characters like Kalcharo or something like that. And I definitely think if you do have a character like Kalcharo where you can't actually, you know, release his story until later because he's in a different region or something like that, well, make an animated short about them and make it separate from the actual story of Wuthering Waves so that people can have a kind of idea of what they're about, and also get a really cool, really good looking animation in return, which obviously is going to build up the hype for the game and get people interested. Obviously anime fans will be interested as well, which obviously there's going to be a big kind of crossover between the anime and gacha community, so you're going to get even more players. So I think social media presence is a key thing for Wuthering Waves at the moment. It's something that they need to improve on. And I just wanted to go through all of these kind of advertising techniques to show you what they're doing good, but also show you what they're doing not so good. Now, yeah, as I said, they've got all of this drip marketing stuff, but I do think, you know, in the down patches, they do need a little bit more, other than just like little kind of chibi things of Camellya. I think, you know, you need a little bit more, and just some kind of new content that isn't kind of advertising a character's banner or something like that. I do think, you know, that would actually benefit Wuthering Waves greatly, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, because we're only really early in Wuthering Waves. Let's be real here. They've got so much time to kind of improve on this stuff, and I think that if they can get this right, especially with Rinascita, then Rinascita might be one of the biggest updates that we'll see for Wuthering Waves in general. So hopefully, you know, they do improve that. I don't know, but I just wanted to make this video just to kind of show you guys what they're up to, what they could improve on and stuff like that. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think there's other stuff that they could be improving on? Or maybe they should improve on IRL stuff, or maybe they shouldn't improve on digital stuff? Again, I'm very interested in what you guys think about the advertising of Wuthering Waves in general, because I do think the content is a little bit dry in terms of advertising. The game, I don't think is that bad. Obviously, it's a gacha game, so it's going to come and go in patches. But I do think, you know, adding advertising and adding extra kind of content outside of the game is going to help the game feel much more alive during those down patches. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, that's about what I got for this video. So if you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go over to GameStop, use my code KAZO, and you get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. As I said, it's a really, really cool place. I definitely recommend going over there. Ton of events going on, ton of other stuff going on. Go over there, check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya!